So we do a lot of work with what we call KJ analysis. It's basically fun with sticky notes. It's also called affinity analysis. So what's the difference between KJ analysis and affinity analysis? They're basically the same thing, except KJ analysis adds something called dot voting at the end to find out where the crowd thinks the best ideas are. I'll explain more. The idea is that you give people a stack of sticky notes and Sharpies. Usually I recommend you use the 5-inch by 3-inch sticky notes. Then you give your audience a prompt, whether it's a question or a problem to solve. You have people do 3 steps. The first step is for everybody to write down their ideas, one idea per sticky, as quickly as possible for 5 minutes, and you must do this silently. The reason you do this silently is it helps you generate more and more ideas than if you're discussing each idea. Then, still silently, the second step is, as a group, put all similar ideas together. This is the affinity part. Similar ideas have an affinity for each other and they group together. Also do this silently. Studies show that doing this silently actually speeds up this process. In the third step, the team can talk again. But the idea is to give each one of these groupings a label, and that label is a shorthand for what that group stands for. This is the fastest way to crowdsource ideas. And it's also a wonderful way to generate new ideas that you wouldn't normally be able to find. People who might be more introverted get a chance to share their ideas. And also people who are more extroverted get a chance to reflect inward and generate more ideas. It's also a really useful tool for senior managers to see if there's an assumption that they like, but they might actually find out that the group has a different idea. So it's a wonderful way to level set and not just have everybody go with whatever idea the most senior person in the room has. So the final step in KJ analysis is dot voting. The goal is to give everybody 3 votes and have them put their votes on the ideas, the stickies, that they most would like to discuss or explore in the next session. Based on the size of the group, you can adjust the number of votes. So for example, you could give 2 or 1 vote if it's a smaller group. You can even expand this to 4 votes if there is a large number of ideas that you would like to explore. Experiment yourself and see which works best for you and your team. So at the end of your KJ analysis, you'll have a wonderful set of crowdsourced ideas, groupings that make these ideas make sense, and then also votes for what ideas the group wants to explore the most. In 5 minutes, you're going to be able to generate more high-quality ideas than in a traditional way of sitting around a table and discussing for hours and hours.